Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Bleeding Blue podcast. With me, as always, is Ryan Cabe, and you and me as well, Ryan Holmes. Two
Mhm.
Ryans back at it together to give you guys another update on sports in general, and just coming off a big weekend, the Super Bowl as usual. Super Bowl was big. It was a great game. It did not disappoint. I was not disappointed. This is probably the first Super Bowl game where I watched in full the entire game. Usually I've been big into football until this just this year. And I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna watch this whole game, and it did not disappoint. It was fun. It was great.
I was fully invested as well.
Yeah.
I had money on the game.
How much
I
money?
had I put $40 on. I worked on Saturday and I basically took all my money I earned on Saturday. I'm like, you know what? F it. I'm just gonna put it all on the Super Bowl. It's the biggest bet I put on $40. And obviously it's not much to maybe people who do bet on a regular basis, but
Yeah,
I'm on a budget. I don't want to waste all my money on
yeah.
one bet. So yeah, I won $200, so I'm pretty happy. Um, Mahomes. I'm not a big fan of him. Obviously, from past episodes, I've disliked him, but
But you were
this
a big
weekend
fan.
I was a big fan. I was a big fan of Mahomes and company,
Yeah,
and yeah, I had a very good weekend.
it
I'm
was it was
excited.
really good. Yeah, no, I was. So I mean, we can get into the talk of the Super Bowl last night for sure. Like the thing is, though, the first half was kind of dull. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was there was just really good defense in general from both sides. I think if that's and I thought, yeah, no, there was just like it wasn't too much going on. Mahomes wasn't really playing insanely great. Kelsey wasn't playing great either. Called himself a jabroni after. But yeah, first half was kind of dud. Would you not agree?
Yeah, like there was one moment in the first half where
Lots of
Andy Reid took Kelsey off one play and he was yelling at him. He pushed Andy Reid actually. And
yeah.
I was surprised like he wasn't off for he was right back on after the game, which is pretty crazy to me. I can't believe he stayed in.
I don't know, emotions. It's just emotions in the game. It's the biggest game of the year, bro. So I mean, I understand it from a certain perspective. You can't do that to your coach. Like you just can't do that to your coach. That's
Mm-hmm.
just it's I mean, maybe it goes to show how big his ego is. He's on top of the world, the guy. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You can't do that to your coach. I know I'd never
No,
do that. I'd be way too scared to do something like that. Nobody does that. You just don't. But
no.
it's the way the sport. The sport's full of lots of huge egos, So,
Yeah.
and I think probably would say it's a sport with the biggest egos,
I
and
think I think the reason why he got away with it is because he's been Andy Reid's been his coach for almost 10 years now,
yeah,
and he can get away with it. If that's a brand new coach or like he's been with him for a couple of years, he'd probably sit him for like a couple drives, I think. But just the fact that they've done it before so many times, I feel like it wouldn't have mattered uh, if he didn't if he did if he did yell at him.
yeah,
So yeah, I enjoyed the whole game actually. Like I like defensive battles too. Like whether like in a football game, like I like if it's unless it's just sloppy football, like a lot of interceptions and fumbles and shit, which it was, a
yeah,
couple fumbles in the first half, but I always love defensive battles. Like it's not all about high scoring to me for football. Like I like defensive. The defense is also part of the game, right? It can't
yeah.
just all be just throwing deep passes and scoring touchdowns every time, right? So I'm glad that that was involved in the game, and then it started to heat up towards the end of the second half and towards overtime. And yeah, I was very intrigued. Um, Another thing I enjoyed was the halftime show. And a lot of people on Twitter and Instagram didn't like it. because apparently Usher is not famous enough to play his good songs, or people he just didn't pick his good songs. But I honestly, to be completely honest, I'm not like a big Usher guy. Like I don't listen to Usher that much, but I know like he has bangers, and like what the songs he was playing were really good, and the guy can put on a show too. So I wasn't mad at all. I thought it was really good.
So I'm going to completely disagree with you on this one.
Really?
I fucking no, I was not a fan of it at all. It was some electric montage shit that I was just like did not understand. It was I don't know. I did not like it, and I didn't like. Uh, First of all, I'm not an Usher fan, so I'll just say that. That's one of
Okay.
why I didn't like it. I don't really care. I don't think he's that good of an artist. I don't think like he kind of blends in with just this that kind of genuine and like all those other artists rhythm and blues, not really rhythm and blues,
R&B.
R&B and pop. I'm just not a big
Okay.
fan, and I don't think his performance wasn't anything special. Roller skates was kind of cool when he came out with that, and then but he's also using other artists to back him up as well, just because he's not that famous. That's kind of the other reason. Like I mean, he's famous, but he doesn't have as he's not as popular of a
Yeah, not like he used to be in the 2000s.
not like a Beyonce or
Yeah.
Justin Bieber or something like that, or Lady Gaga
That I was surprised. I thought he was going to come out
with Justin Bieber.
because Usher basically discovered Justin Bieber. I don't know if you knew about that, but
No, I didn't.
um they used to perform. Yeah, yeah. Like Justin Bieber used to be a YouTube star.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, okay.
Justin Bieber started up on YouTube, and Usher discovered him, and that's how Bieber started out as an artist. And I thought it would be cool if Bieber came out and did I forgot the song that they do together, but it's they did performances back in the Grammys, I think, or like another like concerts or whatever, and their dance routines and songs they did together were really good. I thought he was going to come up, but he was just up in the box or whatever, like all the other celebrities. But
Mhm.
I thought it was good. I like Rihanna's better last year
Yeah.
because she just played banger after banger. Like
No,
she has
Rihanna's great. Yeah.
she has so many good songs. Like she could have played like a whole different set list of different songs, and it would have been amazing.
I think,
Um,
yeah, no, my favorite one in the past that
yeah, yeah. What's your favorite Super Bowl halftime show that you've watched?
I
Let's
think the
let's do
one
that.
I can think of that I really enjoyed. There's two, the most recent,
Okay.
but uh, the Bruno Mars with Beyonce. Huge. I'm a huge Beyonce fan. Like I think
Yeah.
an absolute. I think she's an absolute dime to begin with, and I
Yeah.
also think she's just an absolutely insane artist, dancing, vocally. She's incredible, great performer. And then Bruno
Mhm.
Mars is another performer, also
Oh,
who's incredible. When
yeah.
him, Beyonce, and Coldplay, who also I don't have an issue with Coldplay either. People think they're the most like
No,
generic
I
band.
love Coldplay.
They've got some classics. So that one's
Hmm.
I'm definitely a big fan of that one for sure.
Okay.
And then the weekend was I thought the weekend's awesome.
Mm.
Love the weekend, bro. So yeah, like I just didn't know any of Usher's songs, and that's probably the reason it ruined it for me. And then so I was
Mm.
just like not impressed by the dancing. I don't know, the dancing wasn't anything insane. The choreography, like I don't know, I've seen more interesting stuff from past Super Bowls. So it was just it was just there. And again, I was more focused on the football. Actually, I was more excited to watch the football game rather than the halftime show, which I don't know. I'm not either, but this time, yeah, like I was definitely just like I wanted to get back to the football game. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, yeah. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Yeah, like Bruno Mars, Beyonce, Coldplay, that was amazing.
Mhm.
I don't know how they pulled that off in 13 minutes with those three. That was great. Bruno Mars actually did two. Like he did one before that in New York when the Seahawks played the Broncos.
Okay.
That was amazing too. He did so well in that. It was just him that day. No,
Mm.
no, no, it wasn't him. He had the Chili Peppers with him. Red Hot Chili Peppers. They came out at the
Was
end.
it, was it him or was it Justin Bieber that was with the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
No, it was him. It was Bruno
Okay.
Mars.
Okay. Maybe you're
Yeah,
right.
Justin Bieber hasn't done one yet.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I was thinking he would come out for this one because of Usher, right?
You're right.
But Yeah, I'd say that one. Like I was surprised that you would pick The Weeknd. I'm a massive Weeknd fan. Like I've been to his concert before. Great concert. Guy can put on a great show as well. But I wasn't a big fan of that one,
Really?
honestly. Yeah, I'm a big Weeknd guy.
Okay.
But I don't know. It was weird because it wasn't in the middle of the field, I don't think. No, he did actually go in the
Yeah,
middle of
no,
the field
no,
towards
it
the
was.
end
It was just there were some scenes that were in like the
in that closed area, and like
closed
the
area.
people in the stands couldn't see him.
Yeah.
Like it was kind of weird, but yeah, I think the Bruno Mars one with Beyonce and Coldplay, that's definitely up there for me. Another one that I really liked was the recent one, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent, Eminem, Kendrick
That one's
Lamar, Mary J. Blige. That was really good. I enjoyed that one a lot. Um, there was another recent one that I really liked too. It was Lady Gaga.
yeah.
Uh, Obviously, bangers, banger after banger. She did really well. Probably those. I'd probably say those two. I
Yeah.
like those two a lot.
I think because yeah, like I'm definitely I would rather see like a rock band like perform like and
Yeah.
just do like play their classics, but like it's become such a performance. It's become such like a choreographed dance with people who are, put like to put on a show rather than rock
Hmm.
stars. You're not gonna see the Rolling Stones, go into some glass mirror place, like light up
Right.
the Weekend did, so something like that. They're gonna, but I think maybe if they, I think it's pretty cool. It's become such like a big part of the Super Bowl halftime. I'm curious to see, like, it's always a fun to watch for sure though. But yeah,
Yeah, like they used to have the bands. Like they used to do the guy who kind of set the tone for performances and like the choreograph was definitely Michael Jackson. I feel like that set the tone. Like that's obviously one of the best
yeah,
like halftime shows. Like everyone can agree with that. I don't think anyone can say that was a bad halftime show. Like that he did that in the 90s, the mid 90s. Like that's crazy how he did that. Um but
yeah,
yeah, like they used to do. I think the Rolling Stones have done one before.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They like Bruno Mars, like he's a dancer, right? But like I feel that first one he did, he was just on the drums, like just going off, and like the show that he put on was amazing. Like he didn't even need to do like choreography that much.
No, he's
But they used to have the bands. I think the Rolling Stones have done like Paul McCartney was at the halftime show, I think.
yeah.
Prince, that's another great one. Another great halftime show. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Yeah.
If you haven't, any viewers, look it up. That's one of the best halftime shows. Great one. But yeah, you're right about the band too. I feel like the band would be a better like a new change. I feel.
Yeah.
I also wanted to ask this question for you as well. What's your prediction for next year?
My prediction
Uh,
here.
yeah, what's your next? What do you think? Who do you think's going to come out next year?
Talking with my family yesterday, last night, and they were saying like, and I agreed with them. Like, Miley Cyrus, I can see is being like the halftime
Yeah.
performer,
Hmm.
and she's got enough good songs in there. Party in the USA,
Yeah.
The Climb. What's the one that?
Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, Wreck. Oh,
Wrecking Ball. Yeah.
the one she just won a Grammy for.
Yeah. Yeah. Flowers. Flowers.
Yeah, she's got.
Yeah, she's got good songs. She's got good songs, and she can bring out some guest people too. That's usually what they do for the halftime show. They always bring out like some. She has some features with other people. That's a good. Yeah, that's a good guess. I think we were talking about this earlier today. Um, but I was thinking because next year it's in New Orleans at the Superdome, and Lil Wayne was talking with an interviewer about him potentially being one, and I think that's a good prediction because Lil Wayne's from New Orleans. Big. He's always supported the sports teams there, the Saints. Actually, he's not a Saints fan. He's actually a Packers fan, but he's from New Orleans, and I think Drake and Nicki Minaj will come in to
Mm,
do that trio because Lil Wayne kind of created Drake and Nicki Minaj's career, kind of like how Usher did with Justin Bieber. So I think they might do that. And they have so many good songs together, those three. And obviously Drake and Nicki Minaj have their own careers with numerous hits. So I think that would be a good trio to include into the conversation. But I do like the Miley Cyrus pick.
yeah, that's in
I
it.
do like that one a lot.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get back into a little bit of football talk as well for the second half, I guess, of that game,
Hmm.
which was great. I mean, uh, right away, it's just going back and forth. And I was at like a Super Bowl party with my family, and I had written my name in like the boxes. You know how you have the grid where you like where you have the numbers and have you ever played that before? Like
No, no, explain.
Okay, so it's like you just have like this big grid, and then you write your
Okay.
name in each square on the grid, and then on each it goes 0 to 10, and then 0 to 10. So by at the end of each quarter, you look at the score. So say it's like 17 to 13. It'd be you do the seven and then the three, then match them up, and whatever name is in that square that matched up with three and seven, they're all random. All the numbers are randomized
Okay.
number you win the money or whatever's in the pot. It's just a whole
Oh, interesting.
guessing
Interesting.
game.
Okay, I've never heard of that.
It's not like you can try and do well in it because everyone
It's
was
just
just
pure luck.
7 and 3, like as they try and find the ones. Yeah, like
That's interesting. I've never heard of that before.
oh, it's a big Super Bowl party thing. Like people do it all.
Oh, okay.
So I
All
was
the parties I've been to, they haven't done that. But yeah, that's interesting. I like that.
I was trying to I kept looking because the score kept changing, and after I think it was San Francisco's, they went for the extra point and it missed, and I was about to win like $50, but because he missed, the
Wow.
stayed 6-3 rather than 7-3, so because it was 16
Oh shit.
13 or something like that, and so yeah,
That cost them the game, man. That extra point cost them the game. If they hit that extra point, the Niners would have won in the regulation
I know, man. It's
because
crazy.
they tied. They was tied. Like my buddy literally predicted that. He's like, after that miss, he's like, that's going to cost them the game. That might cost them the game, that extra point miss. And then after the regulation, and they showed the replay of it, he's like, I was fucking right. I
Yeah.
knew it. And that obviously, I mean, like the kicker, he played amazing the whole game. Like he made clutch kicks. Like he made 250 yarders, I think,
Yeah. Both guys.
Moody. And then he just fucks up the point after. Like he just didn't get it high enough. So
No, it's too bad. I mean,
just
yeah,
moments like that.
I was happy to see. I was happy to see the Chiefs win. I guess. Like, I mean, it's what you expect. It's like I was telling my dad. It's like Josh Allen in high pressure situations. He's gonna get it done. That's what Mahomes does. Mahomes is
Hmm.
like down to the last minute. It's so that was like the most entertaining part of it. It's just like seeing the Magic Man, Mahomes,
Hmm.
just go ape shit and like just make all these incredible passes and
It's like Brady, man. It's like
yeah,
Brady.
like it's
It's
like all
like literally the
quarterbacks.
years and years I've watched this motherfucker Brady just have the ball in his hands with a minute and a half left in the fourth quarter, some shit, go down the field, score a touchdown.
That's
Like it's
like
literally Brady
best.
reincarnated right there. I'm literally saying to my friend, man, this is what the Super Bowl is all about right here. The best player in the league, give the ball to him and he'll perform. That's what you want in the Super Bowl right there. I'm
It's
like,
yeah,
this is what the NFL wanted right here.
and it's fun to watch.
Nothing better than that.
Fun to watch. Like I love watching Mahomes play. It's makes for
Yeah.
really entertaining football. And then Purdy's also great too. So two
Yeah,
incredible.
he didn't have a bad game. Like
Oh, yeah.
I'm not dissing him. He didn't have any turnovers. He played pretty well for his first Super Bowl, right? Like I wasn't he just had a couple of decisions where they were blitzing him a lot in the second half. So
Yeah.
he couldn't get his throws off. Like the third and four at the end of the game when they had to kick the field. Was it the third and four or is it no, it's in overtime. It was in overtime when they had the ball and they pressured him. It was a low snap too. They had Ayuk. He was on a slant route into the end zone. He was wide open, and
Yeah.
he didn't see him at the right time because he was getting pressured by Chris Jones. So he had to throw it away. Just if he had a couple extra seconds, and if he didn't get pressured, they they go down, and then the Chiefs have to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
So just little moments like that. But I think Purdy played a pretty decent game. I
Yeah.
can't get mad at him for that loss.
And after that field goal, you were like by the 49ers, they were gonna lose that game. It was
Yeah.
you kind of knew, like you're just like, okay, they have what, like 5 minutes left. They're gonna get it done. They're gonna get that touchdown done.
Yeah.
Like,
It's four down. They have four downs to do it. Like every play, it's four down territory. They're not gonna punt the ball on fourth down. So Mahomes has four downs, 10 yards. Like I
and
think it was inevitable
you
from
know what?
when that field
He
goal.
was also lucky with with the punt as well. And that was the fourth quarter that they got to. Like that's again, Mahomes magic right there. Not him that he's doing that, but that the punt that
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they brought it. Yeah, to the 1 yard line. Yeah, and
so
he just pulls off, getting out of the 1 yard line, like crazy.
yeah. Are you a big so I assume you're a big Super Bowl party fan. What's your go-to meal at like what's your go-to like snack at the Super Bowl party?
Wings, 100% wings. Yeah,
Last
I think that's football in general. Like what the party I was at yesterday, we had a big tray of wings. It didn't have any sauces on it. It was just a big tray of plain wings. Like,
what?
but the thing is though, we had like cups of different sauces that you can put on it. So you have spoons and you can just drizzle on. It's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
So it's not like, if you want, maybe you want to mix a couple sauces together or something. Maybe you want to add like a honey garlic with the hot sauce or something,
Yeah. I,
You
I
can mix the two sauces together. Or if you want to add a rub, right? You know what, you don't want a sauce, you can just add like a garlic parmesan rub. Like you can mix, just as long as they're hot and you can add different sauces, that's fine with me. It also makes it so that your wings are not covered, right? You might not want too much sauce on your wings, right? Maybe some people choose that, right? So it's a good idea to do it that way. Makes everyone happy.
yes, yeah, very true. Yeah, you're getting in depth into these wings, the art of wings,
Yeah,
bro. It's
yeah.
intense. No, it's serious.
You
Uh,
got to make sure you have the right snacks, bro, because then people are
right.
gonna get mad.
You are right. This is the biggest. It is one of the biggest nights of the year in terms of just parties and entertainment. It's like it's
Yeah.
it's like New Year's Eve almost, in a way. But I don't know why the fuck it's on a Sunday though. They got to make it on like a Saturday or at least earlier. It's too late.
Well, they have to make it so that Monday is a holiday, so you don't have to go into school or work or some shit.
Oh, they
Well,
just
obviously
do
they're
it
not gonna.
Saturday.
Obviously they're not gonna do that because it's a sport, right? It's not like it's an actual like international or national
Why would
holiday
they
where
just do
they're
it on a
gonna.
Saturday? Why wouldn't they do it on a Saturday?
I have no clue what the story behind it is, why it's on a Sunday.
It's on a Sunday because everyone's at home. Like everyone's at home on a Sunday because they got work the next day. That's the whole idea
Yeah.
behind, like, with award shows too, is because everyone's at home watching TV, settled down.
Okay. Here it is. One reason the national NFL is adamant about keeping the Super Bowl on Sunday is due to TV ratings.
There you go.
According to past comments, yeah. During
Yeah,
a 2018 interview, Goodell says it really comes down to TV ratings. So I guess because more people are home Sunday nights.
yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
but the thing is though, it's just too late. I think I know what they mean. TV ratings would, but I think people would also be way more happier to set up a party on a Saturday because it's the Super Bowl. So it's not like people are doing something else like, oh, I'm too busy for the Super Bowl. It's a Super Bowl. You got to be there for the Super Bowl. And that's
hmm
like the main focus. It's not like people have other plans. They got plans for the Super Bowl, like I said. So if they did it on a Saturday, I think nothing would really change. Also, people are getting way more after it. It's also going to boost the economy beer wise because people are going to get way more
yeah,
wasted because they got a Sunday they can relax on. Also,
hmm
it's also going to, yeah, food wise, it's going to be a bigger thing. I just think I think it would work way better if it was on a Saturday. And then,
hmm
like, yeah, who knows? But
It's a great discussion.
it is.
Obviously the NFL wants the most money, so TV ratings is obviously going to be their main priority.
Yeah.
Um, but another reason I just saw it, it's also because this doesn't just apply to the Super Bowl, but during the year, the reason why NFL is on Sunday is because college football is also a major thing in America. Same with high school football. They play on Saturdays,
Yeah.
so it kind of inflict if college football was on Saturday and the NFL was on Saturday because some teams, some states don't have a NFL team, right? But they have a college team, so they focus on the college, and they don't want to, they keep 2 days for Saturday's college, and Sunday's NFL. So it kind of works out that way, right? So that's kind of why in the NFL they later on in the season when college football ends, because college football ends a bit earlier than the NFL, they put games on Saturdays later on in the season so they can spread out the schedule because college football is done. So they can have a couple, primetime games on Saturday so people can watch it, make it, make the late games more interesting. So that's why they do that.
Fair enough. Yeah. I was gonna say though, for my favorite snack at the Super Bowl
Oh yes, yes, of course, of
is
course.
gonna be I am huge on dips. Any sort of dip. So buffalo chicken dip is like
That I had yesterday, incredible.
it's one of the greatest things ever created. It's delicious. Like I love like crab spinach dip, stuff like that. That's like my favorite. Any sort of spinach dip and things like yeah, cheesy spinach dip like is super good. Big queso guy, fucking love
Hmm.
queso
Hmm.
and chips, and then nachos as well. But
Yeah,
I will agree with you right there. Wings are one of the best meals for a Super Bowl halftime or a Super Bowl party. And speaking of wings, though, last night I got after it with these incredible, like I guess mild wings. They were so good. And my grandpa is a big fan of wings as well. And it was the first time he actually got up from his seat to do something was to go and get wings. So that just goes
mm,
to show you
that's awesome.
how much they can help, and in reality, how
Yeah.
help, just getting the body going. So yeah, no, that's what I'll say about that. But I guess we can move on though from the discussion of the Super Bowl. It was a great night. Love the Super Bowl. Can't wait for next year. I'll say that.
Hmm.
Fun. Um, but anyway, yeah, start talking about these Leafs, man. Monday night's game, excuse me, was not a good game. It was boring as shit to tell you the least.
I hate the fucking Islanders.
Yeah, no,
Everything about them.
yeah, it was not fun at all. I was just bored watching that game. The only people that scored Marner and Tavares. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, are the Islanders even that good? Like,
I mean, it's the Metropolitan. Like everyone's solid in that division except Columbus.
yeah,
Like every team's good there. Like it's like the AFC North of the NHL. Like the AFC North, every team had a positive record this year in the NFL in the AFC North. So I feel like the Metropolitan's the hardest division to play in the
yeah,
NHL or the Central. Like those two are both really, really good. Um, but yeah, like it's just games like that just really piss me off. And especially against the Islanders. Like we like a main topic in this podcast. Just because the last like couple
they them
months
so
when we
much.
started this, they
Yeah,
play the Islanders so many times. I think it's been 3 times they played them this year, and I think they're done. I think they're done playing them. But fuck, they are so annoying, bro. Especially the fans. Like we always diss the fans.
yeah.
Oh my fucking god! Like they just can't stop talking about Tavares and him leaving.
Luckily, the game was,
Y'all have done jack shit
but
since they
still,
since he left. So like, I
yeah,
mean, I can't really talk because the Leafs haven't done anything either except win a playoff round. But it's just so fucking annoying to hear these fans talk.
yeah.
Like, oh my god, I hate them. And like, just think like we just need to fucking beat them. It's so annoying when we fucking lose to them.
Who knows? I mean, who knows when? I mean, yeah, it's
We got to wait till next year, or unless we play them in the playoffs. But that I hope happens.
that
I
would
hope
be
we
a
fucking
great
play the
playoff.
Islanders in the playoffs. That
That
would
would,
be a great
that would be
series
a great.
if that happens.
Would
We'd
be.
have to we'd have to
I
go
don't know
to
if we win,
the
but
yeah, but I just love to play them.
yeah,
Other anyone other than like Tampa or Boston, I want to like face because I want something different
I
in
know.
the playoffs. We always play the same fucking teams. Back in the day, it used to be one plays 8, two plays 7, three plays 6, kind of like like baseball and football and
But
basketball. Like
and I
it's like there's always a chance you play someone different every year.
and I like that. I love that way more because you're right. You have the chance to play somebody different, and it's a reward for being the best team in the league.
Yes,
And it's like it's a punishment, not a punishment necessarily. You're still making the playoffs, but it's what you deserve for finishing last. You know what? You finished
yes,
last in this league. You have to face the worst team. You have to face the best team in the league. All right, that's the
yes.
way it goes. If you're just gonna tank for not tank, but like you're gonna become finish eighth and make the playoffs that way. And also, it makes for more entertaining and bigger, higher stakes if the shitty team ends up
This, yeah,
the first place team. It's more fun to watch. Whereas these teams that are so even, like Tampa and yeah, I'd say Tampa and like the Leafs this season are pretty even. They'll face each other, and they face each other in the playoffs. It's like fuck, man. We've seen this 4 years in a row, like basically,
yeah,
and like it's just it's annoying. Yeah,
yeah. When they started this, the Leafs played. The first year they started this, they played. Who did they play? They played the Capitals
yeah,
because the Leafs were like in the wild card, so they had to play the best team in the red spot, which is nice because usually the playoffs they usually play Boston um or well at that time they weren't really playing anyone like the same. But then after that, the Leafs played Boston 3 straight years. I'm like, can we play someone different?
yeah,
And then we play Tampa twice. And it was nice to play Florida, even though we got destroyed by them. It was nice to play someone different. Because like if we played Boston again, I would have got so mad because like that's why I wanted to play Florida because I wanted someone different.
yeah,
I don't want the same fucking teams. Back in the day when it used to be 1 versus 8, you get like matchups that you don't really see in the regular season.
yeah. No, you're right.
Like you get teams that you don't usually play, right?
Yeah,
And it was fun that way. So hopefully they bring that back and Bettman listens to us.
yeah,
I feel like every hockey fan wants that. They
yeah.
want the old way back.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. But yeah, no, that's it's interesting you say that. And game two was it was a weird. It was a good game because we won. Obviously,
Hmm.
it's the $40 million game. I'd say right there. That's Matthews, Marner, Tavares, and Nylander, all the only players that scored that game. Not, I mean,
Hmm.
5 goals still. Don't want to say only players because it was a lot of goals, but yeah, like it's one of those just games where you only have your top heavy guys playing because you lose 5-4 or you win 5-4. So there's it was Samsonov in goal that game, right?
Yes, yes.
I
I
mean,
also enjoyed it very well because the Stars are a very good team.
they
They've
are.
been they've been consistently good. I'm pretty sure they're like fourth in the league. Like they're high up there. They're like right with the Avalanche in terms of standings
Yeah.
in the division. And they're a really good team. And usually we beat the Stars. Like they're a team that we usually beat every time. Like I think we've won 9 of the last 10 against them. I
Yeah.
think I saw on Wednesday. I think I saw, yeah, they're first in the Central right now.
Wow.
Stars. They're playing really well. And usually that's with the Leafs. They always like lose to shit teams. We'll get to that later. And we beat good teams.
Yeah.
Like we beat the Jets twice in a row. Like they're playing really well this year. And we beat the Stars. So it's a good thing for the future for the playoffs, but it's also a bad thing.
Yeah.
So which is not good that we're losing to these bad teams, but a good performance all around for
Yeah.
this week
Good win.
against the Stars. Good win.
And then if we want to talk about the fucking worst game of the season, no, it's not that. It was I think the 10 like
There's been worse.
yeah, it could have been worse. Like that game against Buffalo where he lost like some close to
9-3.
yeah.
9-3. That was a bad game.
Um uh it was still not good against Ottawa too. You want to beat Ottawa, you have to beat Ottawa. It's such a they're not good. They are not good at all. I mean, I know there's on paper they should be a good team, but they're having a shit season. We should beat them.
No, this happens every year. Like ever since I started watching them, like when they've been good, it's always been the Senators and the Canadians. They can't fucking beat them handedly. It's always got to be a one goal game every single time.
Yeah.
Like um I can't remember, but like every like I can't remember the last time we beat the Canadians by like at least 3 goals or the Senators by at least 3 goals. Like it's been so long. It kind of reminds me of like the NFL in a way, where like when you're playing division matchups, no matter how shit or how good the team is, like when Buffalo plays the Jets or the Patriots now, right? They're not good teams, but they're somehow like they always stay in the game,
Yeah.
right? Like they're not. It's not like it's going to be a blowout every single time. Like it's the division matchups always mean something more than when the Leafs play Seattle or St. Louis or some shit, right? When they only play them twice a year. Like these division matchups matter when it comes to standings, and it's so fucking annoying. And let's just start off with that fucking ending. Ridley Riley, whatever the fuck your name is, you fucking nobody. That ending, you're a fucking bitch, Ridley Gregg, whatever the fuck your name is. Matt, you're a rookie in this league, and you're slap shotting an empty netter into the goal as a rookie, by the way. Maybe I don't care if you're having a solid season as a rookie, you can't fucking do that without getting consequences.
Yeah,
That whole team of Ottawa is a bunch of fucking frauds. Him and Tim Stützle. Stützle's one of the worst. He's like Nick Cousins on the Panthers. They're both fucking divers. Like I can't remember who addressed this. Gallagher on the Canadians. He addressed this a couple months ago. He was saying how Stützle, whenever he gets called, like draws a penalty, he always looks like he's about to get injured, and then he comes back on the next shift and acts like he didn't get hurt.
yeah.
Like he's such a fucking diver. Like Greg too, slap shotting on an empty net when the game's basically over. What a fucking dick move. Like such a fucking asshole. I don't care. I don't care if we lost to the Senators and everyone's complaining like, oh, you shouldn't be losing to them anyways. No, it doesn't matter. It's the NHL. It's not fucking beer league. All right. You can't be fucking doing that. I'm glad Riley did that. I don't care if Riley gets suspended 5 games or however long he's going to get suspended.
Yeah.
Which it hasn't been determined yet. I thought they were going to do it this afternoon, but really fucking pissed off. Riley, great job. Deserves the A captaincy. Tavares would never do that if he was on the ice.
No.
Tavares has become a fucking bitch. I don't even know how he's the captain anymore. Should be fucking Matthews or Riley. Like
Yeah.
such a horrible fucking ending to a game.
No,
Horrible ending.
I was so yeah. I was watching that game, and I right away I was like, oh man, I knew it before it was gonna happen. I was like, oh, he shouldn't have done that. Riley's gonna be
Yeah.
goes up and hits him. I've had more of a. I mean, I think it's you just don't do that, man. You just don't. Like it's such a stupid. It's just a stupid little move. You're. I don't know why you need to do it. I get maybe you're a little upset because you got so many Leafs fans in your crowd that are cheering you on, and your team's not doing that well either. So I don't know why you're doing this, but my thing was after Ryan Reeves' comment, which I thought was really fucking stupid. I was kind of annoyed by it, and he was talking about how he should have Matt or Riley should have almost done more. He was saying he said a quote.
Done more.
He should have done more. He should have done like more
Really?
in terms of like trying to enforce. Yeah, if you watch the video, you can see you hear that. Like I second guessed it too. So he said the quote, make hockey violent again." But like why my question for that was like we get that you're the goon of the team, but it's just such a dumb statement. But what more do you want from Riley? Like the game is already extremely violent, where they basically promote fighting, and the refs often let it happen too. I just don't know. My question is just like, what do you mean you want more? That was what I was
Yeah.
thinking. And so, and
Yeah. What do you want to fucking kill the guy?
that's what I'm
He
saying.
got cross-checked in the
You want him
face.
to
Like that's more than
I
enough.
know, and he's saying make hockey violent again. It's just such a weird statement. Like the game, yes, it's very violent. I don't know what more you want, and I think that's great for the game. It's entertaining as shit. And I
Yeah.
would say, Reeves is just a washed player, and he's playing the game with these players that are too quick for him. And the other question is like, why does he want to make the game more violent? I mean, maybe it's more entertaining to watch for him, seeing as he's watching it from the bench and from the press booth all the time. But like, so maybe that's like the entertainment aspect. So I don't know. It was
Nah, Reeves has been playing well since he got back in the lineup. But that comment is a little much.
it's like yeah, it's
He's acting like he's back on coach's corner with Don Cherry.
Yeah.
I saw this thing. I saw this thing. My buddy sent it to me on Instagram. It's like I don't know if you saw it, but it's like he's like he wrote it's like on Twitter. He's like I can already see it now, and he wrote like a little thing about what Don Cherry would say about the incident. It's pretty funny. It's
That's
pretty funny. He basically wrote it like how Don Cherry would have said it. It's probably AI, but like someone wrote it on ChatGPT or something. But it's pretty funny. I
yeah,
liked it a lot because it like reminded me of the good old days in Coach's Corner. And after the first period, you get comments from Don Cherry and that rat Ron McLean. But we'll just keep going.
yeah.
I'm excited. Let's talk about player of the week.
Okay, cool. Yeah. No, I'll go first with this one. I was gonna say Mitch Marner. He had a couple of really good games. A nice goal the second game against Dallas, which was really filthy. Great shot. So good for him. I had him as like having a really good second half. So in the last episode. So hopefully he continues with that.
hmm I went with Jake McCabe. Like I always go with Uncle Jake,
Yeah.
but I feel like he got fucking shit on this week when it came to penalties. He got high stick twice.
Oh yeah.
In the Ottawa game, he got high stick, no call. And right before the Ottawa scored, I can't remember what goal it was, but right before they scored, he got high stick, no call. And and it was the Dallas game. He got, or was it the Islanders game? I can't remember. He got high stick. He was bleeding.
Yeah.
He was literally bleeding, and they didn't call anything. Like,
Great.
is that not enough evidence for them to call a penalty on that? Like, I don't understand that. But yeah, I think McCabe, just because he was went through adversity and he played pretty well uh throughout the games. We did give up a lot of goals this week, but
Yeah,
um
I did notice that.
I just think because like it's Uncle Jake and guy didn't get any calls, so I'll just give it to him because he didn't say any stupid shit on the press. But
Fair enough.
yeah, I'll give it to him.
Okay.
Usually he wasn't like Reeves.
Yeah. I guess the next topic would be talking about the Jays. There's not much that is going on, but however,
Fucking Ross, man.
there soon will be stuff going on because the Jays will be uh, starting spring training pretty much on Thursday is when.
Yeah, I saw 12. Yeah, I saw 12 games. 12, not 12 games. 12 days. 12 days to the first game.
Yes, 12 games till the first game, and then pitchers and catchers report this Thursday, which will be great to see. Great to see some clips of on Twitter. I love that crap. I'm so desperate. I'm so down bad for baseball right now. It's not even funny. I'm horny for baseball right now.
I
And
was like, I literally sent you like last week. It was like a video of them like packing the equipment from the Rogers Center. I'm like, this guy's definitely horny right now. Just of the fucking equipment just getting
I'm
put
ready.
into the truck.
I'm ready. I'm ready. But yeah, the thing I wanted to talk about though that was kind of which is wild is pitchers and catchers are reported on Thursday, and there are like crazy amounts of pitchers and catchers and just free agents in general that still aren't with the team. Cody Bellinger,
Mhm,
Matt Chapman, Blake Snell, Jordan Montgomery,
mhm,
all do not have a team there with. What the fuck is
mhm,
I mean, I know it happens all the time. Scott Boras has done this before. You look at Bryce Harper, same situation happened. I'm pretty sure the same situation happened with JD Martinez as well, where it just took them forever. But I don't know what the hell's going on. They need to figure that out because you think about the players, they're concerned about where they're going to be playing, first of all,
right,
and where their family's going to be. They need to know, and they want to be ready as well. They don't want to be waiting around. They can
right.
still be training, obviously, but they want to be with their team. They want to be playing with the team. They don't want to come in halfway through spring training on their team. So it's weird. You kind of feel bad. I feel bad for the players, that aren't signed with the team yet.
Yeah, I hope they sign Chapman, man. Like I hope he plays with the team and then just put Turner at DH. I feel like that's that. I feel like he's an essential like part of the team because I feel like if he's playing third, obviously he probably won't be because they'll probably put like Biggio or like one of those utility guys at third, but
Yeah.
put Turner at DH. But I like Chapman's like he's like a Toronto. I feel like he's like a Toronto guy. Chapman. I couldn't see him. Like what are some other teams that are linked to him?
Actually, that
What
dude,
are what are some teams that are linked to him? Do you know any?
Giants, yeah,
Giants, right, right.
Giants.
Yeah, he's been. Well, you played for Oakland. before this, right? So I could see him playing there too. But don't they have Chris Bryant? No, I'm lost. He's on Colorado. What am I saying?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he'll go to like he's a big SoCal guy. So San Francisco's not in SoCal, but like he's yeah, he's a big California guy. The guy just gives off like that California swagger. But
Beach Boys.
yeah. And then next up though, we got our movie of the week. I was gonna
Yeah.
bring that up. You want to go first? You have yours?
Sure, I'll go.
Okay.
I'll go first. I'll go first. I kind of got like a fun one. It's actually behind me right now. One of my posters.
Oh,
It's Slapshot.
Slapshot.
Yeah, kind of an underrated. People don't really talk about it as much as a sports movie. It kind of gets thrown under the bed because it's not a famous film when it comes to sports in general. It's more like a comedy centered film. But Slapshot's got a classic, the Hanson brothers. Paul Newman, kind of an older Paul Newman, working with his long-term director, who he's directed with a lot of movies. I think he did The Sting and Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid. I think it's the same. I can't remember the name.
Which cast?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's the same director. But yeah, I've one of the funniest movies I've ever watched. The thing is, the only problem is that it's a little long for a sports movie. I think it's almost 2 hours. But yeah, I really enjoy it. Slapshot, if you're a big hockey guy, if you watch the podcast, you got to be a big hockey person. So yeah, give it a shot. Slapshot, really, really fun movie if you haven't seen it.
Cool. For my movie, it's actually a movie I watched recently that was on Netflix. It'd be popular because it just came out, and it's more of a documentary, but it's a film. It's an hour and a half long. It's called The Greatest Night in Pop. So it focuses on the if you know the song "We Are the World." Uh, there was a night where all these incredible artists came together and recorded the song "We Are the World," which was all the money that they earned was donated to people in Africa. And it's just the story of how they did it in one night, how they recorded with all of these incredible artists. You name Bruce Springsteen, Billy Joel, Stephen Perry, Tina Turner, Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, Kenny Rogers, Lionel Richie, every single famous artist.
Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan was there, no?
Got it.
Yep.
Bobby D.
Yep.
Yeah, like Cyndi Lauper, Huey Lewis, so many artists, and I was Michael Jackson. Like the list goes on, and
Yeah.
it's just so cool to see how they recorded it, how the story went, how different characters and how different artists interacted, how they wrote it, and like it's there's a lot that you don't know, and it's also just awesome to see how like these artists how much they care about the work that they do and how much they care about making music and the meaning behind it. It's pretty special, and it made me realize for sure that I think the artists back then are just way more authentic and original than the artists that we have now. There's something about it is just I enjoy more watching these artists and just see them just being more relatable for some reason on a certain aspect. But
The personalities are definitely more out there when it came to the 80s artists, pop artists.
yeah, out there and just yeah, it's like I don't know. There was something about it. It's just like
More authentic.
it's
More
a
authentic.
more easy. It's a lot easier for me to relate to and enjoy listening and to Bruce Springsteen talk than it would of Lil Jon talk, or Lil Wayne or Drake. Like I think these are people that are not artificial artists. Not these guys. These are people that write their own music, like Bruce Springsteen is just one of the examples. people and play their own music, and it's just a true passionate artist who loves what they do. Um, but that's just something I picked up from watching, and it was really really interesting. And I think it's just super entertaining, and the music's great. The singing is awesome. Highly recommend. Very good movie.
I definitely think that those artists like actually had natural like talent when it came to their voices compared to these days. Like I feel like auto tunes definitely plays a part in
Yeah,
music in
yeah.
terms of definitely rap and other genres, but
Yeah. Now,
there's
now,
not a lot of there's not a lot of like natural instrument playing being used in pop music like like I just mean like natural talent and singing voice. Like was Whitney Houston in that, or was she wasn't big in that
I don't know.
at that time.
Would have been big by then, but it wasn't a.
She
Yeah.
was an up and coming star back in the
If you
80s.
watch
Like
it, you
she was more like early 90s,
yeah,
late 80s Whitney Houston.
yeah.
But yeah, like
You're right.
I get what you're saying about the artists and them being authentic. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good choice.
and yeah, the other thing was like you see artists now. It's like the song, eat one song is like has 20 people who are like on the writing title, for it. So whereas that back then it's way less. Obviously, it's gonna.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah, Drake has I love Drake. Like I could be I'm his biggest fan, but he definitely has ghostwriters.
oh,
He's not like back in the day I knew he was writing his own shit. Like you could tell he was passionate about rap, but now it's kind of like, it's for the industry, right? He's
and
making the most money and
you think that's the reason why his music now is just like his albums lately
yeah,
is that's
yeah.
notice in music. You can tell like the passion that they have, and that makes a song more enjoyable. The artist cares about the music that they're playing. Obviously, it's gonna sound better than if they have 20 people writing their song and then here sing this. You know?
That's why I appreciate Travis Scott so much. It's because he takes his time. He took 5 years to drop his album. He makes sure, and the album, it's not like 20 to 30 songs on the album. It's 16 songs condensed. He makes sure he takes his time with the production and the songwriting, and especially also Kendrick Lamar as well. He's not putting out albums every year. He's taking his time, making sure the writing and the storytelling and the production is perfectly right. And that's why I appreciate those artists much more than people like a person who's completely opposite of that is NBA YoungBoy. This guy drops albums every month. It seems like the
Hmm.
guy. It's also a problem is because the record label that he's on. It's a shitty deal that he has. I don't like people might not know about that, but he has like a contract he has to follow and he has to drop a certain amount of albums. I think he's gotten out of that. But like in 2022 or something, he dropped like 7 albums.
Ooh,
Like it was he and like all the albums were like had like 15 songs on it.
oh my god.
So it's too like it's so much music. Like you can't make good music when you're doing that.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, he didn't have many albums.
No.
He between Thriller and when he dropped Bad, it was 5 years. He made sure and those albums
Well, those albums are
were
great.
all had bangers
Oh,
on it.
got to be like
Same
the
with Bruno
most.
Mars.
Got to be the
Bruno
most.
Mars, he's dropped 4 albums in like 15 years.
And all of them are good.
Yeah, and it's not like it's 20 songs on each album. There's like 15 songs. Like I remember when 24 Karat Magic came out, like it was like 3 or 4 years since he dropped I forgot what the unorthodox dupe I forgot what the
The Uptown Funk
title of
album, or was that?
no that's 24 Karat Magic. It was the one with oh God, I forgot what the albums. I think it's called Unorthodox Jukebox. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like the music. It's got to be you got to put your heart and soul into it. And I feel like artists nowadays are just kind of just throwing it out there to make money.
Yeah, I think
And that's kind of sad
yeah.
about
I think
music
that's
these
a
days.
great place to end the episode.
Hmm.
Talked a lot about a lot of different things on today's
Yeah,
episode.
there's a variety today.
Great, yeah, no, we love it. It's great to find a way to relate sports to all our different favorite things. But Yeah, no, that's a great way to end it. And thanks. We will see you guys next week. Hopefully, listening to this episode. Thanks for listening to today's episode as well. Uh, Make sure to like on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. We're on everything. So
Hmm.
see you guys soon. Hope you enjoyed the episode and bleeding blue all the way. Let's go.
Take care, everyone.